Good morning and thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the program Impact, reaching you live on ITV. My name is Francisca Oga, and you know what we do every week. Between you and I, we talk Nigeria into shape. We have just celebrated the International Day of Peace. If you followed activities over the media, we had various organizations, various people coming together to preach peace. And one of the things that was highlighted is the fact that for us to have peace, we have to have inclusivity, we have to look out for one another, we have to be our brother's keeper. It is in the spirit of that today we have on the program Prophetess Esther Akinshola of Momap Chapel of Glory. She has come on the program today to share what she has for fellow Nigerians by way of bringing succor, of bringing help to people out there. Remember how at the beginning of this month we all wrote on our status, September to remember. Where she has decided to go beyond just saying September to remember, to actually make this September memorable for us all with a program. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. I'll just let her do the talking by herself because she's right here in the studio. Welcome on the program.
Yes, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So let's start with a brief introduction of yourself because they would like to know. Prophetess Esther, Mama, where is that exactly?
All right, thank you so much. My name is Prophetess Esther Akinshola. I'm the founder of Momap Chapel of Glory, which is in Queen, Mountain of Mercy and Prayer Ministries. And we have the headquarters in Lagos, Ikorodu, Lagos State. So, yeah. And by the grace of God, the Lord has laid it in our heart to come to the city of Abuja to have meetings. And there's a second meeting we're having here in the city of Abuja.
Okay. Yeah. You have tapped your meeting September to remember. Can you let us in on this? What are you doing for us in September that's going to make us remember it?
Oh, the Lord has promised us, seeking the face of God concerning this meeting. He told me, said, I'm going to make this September a September to be remembered for good. Because there are many people that will remember this month of September for evil. There are many people that will remember it for disappointment. There are many people that will remember it for, for bad news. But he said this September will be a September to remember for good for my children. So, and that is what we've come here to declare. And one thing the Lord said is going to be doing this in this meeting is going to be eradicating the spirit of error. Yes, in this month of September over the lives of as many that will be attending this meeting.
Wow, that's interesting. I know that a lot of people out there really do want to part ways with error.
Yes.
We know what error can do to a man, so this program seems to be one that nobody should miss. So can you tell us where will this program take place?
It will be taking place at the Evelyn Center, Gwarinpa.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a specific address to Evelyn Center, Gwarinpa? Okay, after the break we'll be bringing you the address to Evelyn Center, but you can just say it or we'll write it on the screen.
I think it will be posted fully on the
fine.
It's a popular place. Evening Event Center here in Gwarinpa.
Okay, so if you are listening to us out there, Evening Event Center, Gwarinpa is where September to remember will be taking place.
We will be having free medical care for those who become earlier. So there will be free medical care and word deliverance.
Okay, wow. Now, if you didn't hear any other thing, I hope you heard free medical care. Because the cost of drugs and treatment in the hospitals has just skyrocketed. So if somebody offers you even a paracetamol for free, the person is doing you a whole lot of good. If I were you, I would try to be at Evelyn Center in Gwarinpa to take advantage of this free medical health care. Now, outside the free medical outreach you're doing, what other aspects of the program can people look forward to?
Yeah, this program is one that I would advise no one to miss because, like I said, we'll be having a word deliverance section by the grace of God. Because the spirit of error is something that no one should joke with. Because talking about the spirit of error, you see something in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 13 from verse 8 to 13. We are talking about King Saul and how Prophet Samuel gave him an instruction. Okay, wait for me here. When I come, I will offer the sacrifice unto God. And but this young man went ahead from chapter 8. You would see where he was, complaining. Oh yeah, I waited for you, and for the past 7 days you said you're going to come. You didn't come, and King Saul went ahead to offer the sacrifice, that was an error. To him, he thought he was just doing it to please God. You know, many a times we as Christians, as believers, we feel, okay, let me just do this thing that I just want to please God. But is that the will of God concerning you? So most times we see in our day-to-day activities, a lot of people are walking into error. A lot of people are doing things that are outside the will of God, and many of them are not able to control it. They don't know the force that is pushing them to do that. So it is called the spirit of error. So aside the free medical check, we'll be having a raw word from God and free deliverance section. You know what Nigeria is saying today.
Absolutely. Now there's a section of society that worries everybody.
Okay.
And I would like for you to really point out to us some areas in which that generation, I don't have gray hair, so they'll be wondering why this is that generation. But for the young people in our society today, it goes without saying that there is a whole lot going on with them. Can you of course point specific areas of error that they might need interference, intervention?
That is why I was super glad when the Lord made this topic in my heart, and while He was pointing my attention to something. Our generations today, you see, the rate of divorce is skyrocketing, and this is as a result of error. A lot of people they make the wrong decisions when it comes to marriage, when it comes to making their choice maritally. You see some people, like a young lady now being in a relationship, she has 3-4 guys in her life and all that, and then when it comes to making that decision in marriage, if she's not properly guided, if she has not properly tackled that spirit, because you see a lot of them go for material things, you see a lot of them, you see a God-fearing man. If you ask an average young lady today, what kind of man would you like to get married to? I need a tall, handsome, flat on the six-pack, young looking, with a fear of God. But once they see the one that has the fear of God, will you be able to identify that? No six-packs. The fear of God without six-packs. So that is, the spirit of error tends to make one make the wrong decision or look out for things that are not right for your lives, and at the end of it they end up making the wrong choice, the wrong decision. And that is why you see out there, I'm not trying to castigate anyone or talk bad on anyone, but you see we have the rate of divorce, the rate of single mothers out there, and if you look at all these things, it's all brought back on the spirit of error, making wrong decisions, entering into wrong relationships, making business, having business with the wrong business partner, investing on the wrong business. You see a young man just out there, oh God, what should I do? What should I do? I think my friend is doing this. This business is thriving. Let me venture in. Is that the will of God for you?
Okay. Yeah. Now, before I take us back to, you mentioned something important, rate of divorce. So I'm going to have you talk to us a bit about that. But before that, let's talk about the time and the date for this program.
Okay, this is happening on Saturday, which is 28th of September, 9 a.m. The meeting starts 9 a.m. So if you want to come for your free medical check, you should be there from 8, because numbers will be given. So, 9 a.m. is the time.
So 9 a.m. on Saturday, but the early comers get a bonus, which is the free medical check. If you want to be among the first persons to get attended to, that's advised that you come for it. I'm just emphasizing, so that for those who did not hear, the process is properly. Okay, now who can come? Because somebody is listening and saying, it's not for me. So this program, who is your target? Who can come?
Everybody.
Okay.
Young, old, single, married, divorced, single mothers, everybody. It's for everybody. The call is for everyone.
Okay. So this is an invitation. If you're listening at all, you're already invited. You don't need any other qualification other than that you had her invite you to come on that day and be part of that program. September, to remember, she has already promised us that there will be free medical checkup, and then there's going to be a series of other things that you don't want to miss out. I think it's best you come on that day and hear for yourself. Now, I told you I was going to take you up on the issue of divorce that you mentioned, because you are a Christian, and on this program I've had some Christians come on the program equally, and we've had discussions on what to do in the case here, because some, like you said, you could get in the wrong relationship. It's somewhere you could get in the wrong marriage. Yeah, we have cases of violence and all of that coming up. Now, in such cases, error has been made already. What do you think should be done?
Okay, I will start with this. It's better you don't make the mistake. For the single ladies or the single guys watching me right now, it's better you don't make that mistake. That is why it is very, very important you're part of this program, so as to tackle and cast out and deal with that spirit before it leads you to that. Because if you read further, Samuel came and met with Saul. I'll answer that question, but I want to get this Bible passage along with it. Samuel came and met with Saul and said, oh, what have you done? And so went ahead to say, oh, I waited for you, blah, 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 and you didn't come, so I wanted to please God and all that. But Samuel told him, he said, if you had waited, your kingdom would have been established. So it was, all the stuff was just a test from God. God wanted to test Saul, and if he had obeyed, if he had waited, his kingdom would have been established. But because he went ahead to disobey God, the kingdom was taken away, and we all know how Saul ended. But yeah, many single ladies or single guys rush into it because they feel like, oh, I've waited, I've prayed, oh yeah, I can't wait anymore. My friends are getting married and all that. So I advise for those who are not yet married, please be patient, hold on. But for those who have made the mistakes already, yeah, God is a merciful God, and if you're in an abusive marriage, I don't encourage you to sit there and say, oh, God hates divorce. Yeah, God hates divorce, but he doesn't want his children to die prematurely. So if you're in an abusive marriage, please, no matter who is telling you, oh wait, don't pack your bags, run for your life. First, I advise separation first. So during the course of separation, you seek the face of God, you seek for counsel and all that. Yeah, if you look at it and give it a second chance, if it still continues, then you run for your life. Okay. I don't advise violence in marriage.
Thank you so much for that clarification, because we've lost some very valuable members of the fold due to, I don't know what I would say, the spirit of discernment or something, but you heard her loud and clear. When it comes to physical abuse, when your life is in danger, error number one has been made. Don't add error number two. Yeah. We are going to be taking a break now. We'll be right back. We have in the studio with us Prophetess Esther Akinshola from MOMAP, Chapel of Glory. She came with goodwill, with good tidings of September to remember in the show for all of us. We have barely 7 days to the end of September, and she actually wants you to take something away from September into the new month. You'll be hearing more after the break. Stay tuned. Thanks for staying with us, and if you're just joining us, the program you're watching is Impact on ITV. We have been talking about September to remember. 7 days or 6 days to the end of September. What are you taking away from September? We've had with us in the studio Prophetess Esther Akinshola from MOMAP. She came with a message of a program here in Abuja where she's going to be having things for us that will enable us have in September to remember. Now, you talked about the free medical outreach, just to define the scope of the outreach, so that you don't have people coming that day with I don't know how to put it, but what's the scope of the medical outreach?
Basically, we'll be doing the basic medical test checkup for them, which is your blood pressure, your sugar level, and I think those are the two basic checks we're going to do. So if you have any other stuff, you can just go to the hospital.
Okay.
And from there, we'll be able to, our nurses or doctors will would give you more counsel.
Yeah, and it's very important to have yourself tested, because a lot of things, if discovered on time, are easily handled. But because the average Nigerian does not check until it drops.
Yeah.
So it would be nice for you to go on Saturday to Evelyn Center in Gwarimpa, get a free check, and then get the doctors on hand to tell you what next to do, just in case there's anything that's wrong with you. Now we're going to be opening the phone lines. I'm thinking that there's something you want to ask the prophetess here. I haven't been able to ask her, so I've put the phone numbers on the screen. 080. Okay, the numbers you see on the screen now, I'm going to give you time to take that down. Those are the numbers you call when we have left the studio. You can reach her directly on those numbers. She'll be able to answer all your questions concerning the program, and perhaps there's something else you want to talk to her about. Those numbers on the screen are for you to call after we have left the studio. But for now that we are in the studio, if you have any question to ask the prophetess, you can call 080-6622-6093. For the purpose of our time here in the studio, if you want to call the prophetess, call her on 080-6622-6093. Now, while we wait for the phone calls to come in, is this a single day program, or is this going to run for more than one day?
No, it's a single day program for now.
Okay. So for those of you listening, don't say I will do it the second day or the third day. It's just a one day program, so it's Saturday and you have to be there on Saturday. Now, does MOMAP have a branch here in Abuja? For those who would like to probably get to see you after that, they should not for any reason miss being at the program that day.
We don't have a physical branch yet in Abuja, but we're trusting God for one. So should in case the Lord is laying it in your heart to give us plots of land properties, we are open to that.
And while you are at it, remember I was here when she said, so just do 2 plots, one for me, one for her. Okay. So can we have the phone numbers on the screen again? The phone numbers for MOMAP, very important, because since it's a one-day program and she's not going to be here, I think people really do need to have that contact. If you're sitting down there, you know you really need to talk to a prophetess, and you know you want to ask questions about the upcoming program or something else, you need to take down that number. I don't have any answers to your questions. She has all the answers. The best I can do is that we brought her here, we've put her numbers here, we've told you where you can meet up with her on Saturday if you want a September to remember. So we'll just be taking you through the time again, the date and the venue, just for those who are joining us. Some people were not here before we went on break, and they would like to know what's happening, when, where, and time.
Okay, it's September to remember for good, and it's happening at the Evelyn Event Center, Gwarimpa. The time is 9 a.m.
Okay.
So be there. Free medical checkup, the word of God, deliverance, healing by the grace of God, and obviously you have a light refreshment.
Absolutely. In this part, you waited too long. Abuja, did you hear that? There's light refreshments going on at Gwarimpa Evelyn Center. This is the one where you see people that you won't be able to control the crowd again. Nigeria, a cross section of Nigerians are hungry. Let me not say everybody. A cross section are hungry, and I mean, I'm not throwing shades at anybody here. It's okay to want light refreshment. I want light refreshment. I'm likely to be the first on the queue that day. So you could join me on the queue and let's go take our light refreshment along with our medical check, of course, and then we get to hear the word of God again. Okay, now on a general note, if you had to speak to Nigerians, we are in a season that Nigerians did not see coming. At least I did not see a season coming where I'll win my IPL for over 1,000 naira. A season coming where a movie of beans, here in Abuja we buy beans in what we call a mudu. We used to buy them 300 and 700, so it's 8,000 naira. So do you have a word for Nigerians listening to us right now concerning the season that we are in?
Yeah, the first thing I would say is it is well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2 Kings 7, where the word of God came to Prophet Elisha. The land of Israel was in a situation like this, and Elisha met with the king and told him, he said, By this time tomorrow, a model of beans will be sold 100 naira. And the king's gatekeeper was like, even if God should open the windows of heaven, can this thing be? Yeah, that was what the man said. And Elisha told him, he said, for this you have said, you will see it with your eyes, but you won't take part of it. And if you read down, you see how God made it happen. What I will say to Nigerians is, it is just a season. It's a season, it will come and it will pass. I just encourage us to be of good courage, knowing that even if they sell the floor 1 million naira, our God is more than able to make provision. So let us not be discouraged. Let's not feel bad. I know, obviously, I know what it feels like. You know, flight ticket to buy 20,000, 23,000 is now roughly 200 and something thousand. So, but yeah, with God, we are Savior. So I just encourage us to be strong, to be of good courage, knowing that this season, it's a season, and this is not the first time it's happening. It has been on for years, and God has always been there for His children, and He will be there for us.
Okay. Yeah. On this note, I'll have to thank you so much for this message of hope. Of course, I know that there are lots of messages of hope waiting for us on Saturday. So I'll just do well to come to Evening Center in Garimpa on Saturday and get much more encouragement for this season. If there's any other time when Nigeria needs messages of hope, this is the time. So thank you so much, Prophetess Esther and Mama Chapel of Glory, for what you're doing for Nigerians and for what you plan to do on Saturday. And for my viewer out there, I'd like to say thank you so much for having stayed with us on the program. If you see the phone numbers on the screen, do well to take those phone numbers down. Remember, the message is that this September could be a September to remember for you, and how to assess that is to go to Evening Center in Garimpa on Saturday by 9 a.m. to be part of what God is doing there. There's going to be medical outreach free. You can do all those checks that you've been running away from because of the cost. And then again, you can get the consultation from the doctors on the ground. When they check you, they see what it could be. I'm not saying something could be wrong, but just in case there is, they'll be able to tell you what to do. Thank you for staying with us. On this note, I'll have to cut to the end of the program. Remember, we're going to be back here next week, same time, same station. My name is Francisca. Thanks for watching. Do have a beautiful day. Bye.